currently on pole position in Aragon in the Red Bull Rookies. We, this year, have just crowned the new champion. Now on pole position is Connor Tagg, number 50. This is an Aprilia RRV 450-50. I'll explain more about that when I get back up into the commentary box, but it really is all about this man. He used to be number 30, now he's number 1. Max Cook, the Aprilia Superteen champion. Yes, many congratulations then to Max Cook, who joins a long list of names that have been victorious in this championship. Also joining him on the front row there is number 55, that is Luke Jack Scott. And also on the grid we have the Thundersport 500 Cup further back. Away from the line we go then, down into turn 1 for the Aprilias and the RRV 450-50. Connor Tagg is on that one. Connor, an ex-Superteen himself, that's how he first started. A lot of experience for Connor. Good rider, handy on pretty much anything. Very versatile indeed. So what is this bike, I'm sure you're asking? Well, it's an Aprilia 450, but with half the power. It's due to mechanical and electric restrictions. It's a kit, basically, that you put on an Aprilia 450 to de-restrict it. Now, this is effectively what's been put in place as the ultimate replacement for the Aprilia RS125, but next year they will be running alongside each other as they are on circuit at the moment. Max Cook so far got the early advantage. There's not a lot splitting these two, let me tell you, as these other RS125s go on. Now, the idea behind this, of course, is to give riders an option for next year. You don't have to buy the bike in the Aprilia RRV 450-50 trim, so you don't have to buy the bike new. You can do, of course, but there are 50 RRV 450s out there somewhere. You can buy them second hand, and obviously in competition run by Ian Newton will fit the kit for you. So you don't have to buy a new bike, although you might want to buy a new bike. And as you can see at the moment, we've tested it, but this is the first run out alongside the Aprilia RS125. Now, Max Cook has been brought on, I have to say, by this bike being out there this weekend. The lap record's already gone, and it's probably going to go again in this class. Max Cook has been the class of the field in the last few rounds. Hasn't really been tested other than at the start of the season when Charlie Atkins was up there. So this is the first proper test we've seen for Max Cook of Swindon against Connor Tagg. The positives, of course, of running that 450-50, well, the bike is lighter. It's a prototype, effectively. It's a bespoke GP machine that's built in the garage over in Southport by Ian Newton and a few other people as well that are getting involved. But it's light, it's nimble. They're brilliant bikes, as you've probably watched over the last few years, but also by de-restricting it as he goes up the underneath Max Cook here, you're saving on engine life because there's only half the power being used. The great thing is, obviously, from there on in as well, the natural progression, as we see a plane landing at East Midlands over the top of your screen there as well, on board with Max Cook looking at number 50 Connor Tagg. By saving the engine life, that's ideal for you, because if you turn 14, you could effectively then de-restrict it and run it in the Aprilia RRV 450s without having to fork out a load of money for a 450 bike. So you can see where it's all going. Very clever idea from all involved. That said, if you're a two-stroke fan, you've maybe not quite got the budget just to afford a 450-50 right now, there's nothing stopping you from getting, of course, an Aprilia RS125, because there's lots and lots of them about. And I reckon at the moment, a full raced up machine with spares, you're getting for somewhere between £2,000 and £2,500. Not bad, is it? When you consider that you can race that for the whole season in this championship. And as you can see here, Max Cook is really fighting the cause for the Aprilia RS125, which has obviously been the bike for this championship for so many years now. They will be run side by side next year with anyone that wants to race in the 450-50. So let's get on with the racing action that you're looking at here between the two machines. Connor Tagg, of course, got a lot of experience. 19 years it is that these RS125s have been going now, these two-strokes. There's not a lot wrong with them just yet. And Max Cook doing very well. Alex Wood at the moment, another rider that's going well, number 26. This is 56, Charlie Atkins, who at the start of the year was in a clear second place and has just lost out to Freddie Crane in the championship. Charlie Atkins, he got himself involved in a nasty accident at the start of the weekend here at Donington Park. He got his leg caught in the back wheel. How on earth he didn't end up with a broken leg, I do not know, but nice to see that he's okay. You just see there, leg coming off the side of the bike for number 55, Jack Scott. Max Lofthouse is in good form this weekend as well, number 25, but we're now on board with KJD Racing's Max Cook, who's pulled out of the slipstream and has moved underneath Connor Tagg. I can tell you that the lap record that used to belong to Joe Thompson, a 153.4, has been obliterated by Max Cook, a 152.099. It's just astonishing as Connor Tagg goes back past him again, and Max Cook here just runs slightly wide. Now, let's watch the power difference on the exit of the corners. Not a lot in that, is there? As we see there, Alex Wood, number 26, who's managed to get out ahead of Jack Scott. There's Freddie Crane, number 81, the rider who comes over from the Isle of Man. Freddie moved up into second overall in the Aprilia Superteen Championship after our last round. This is the battle out front then. Connor Tagg, by the way, this is purely a test. No points scored for Connor, not a part of the championship. Max Cook, of course, would pick up 25 points for the win. And he's having a look over his shoulder, and I'm afraid, Connor, you're not going to break him just yet. He ain't the Aprilia Superteen champion for nothing. Here's the battle for second, effectively, in the Superteen. Alex Wood, Freddie Crane, and there is number 24, Max Lofthouse. I do have to double take at the time screens occasionally at number 24, because all I can ever remember is Shane Faber running the number 24, and I wouldn't mind betting that used to be Shane Faber's bike. This is number 50 then, Connor Tagg, who's actually normally running the number 100, but for obvious reasons, with it being a 450-50, he had to half that, and he has gone for number 50 here for this weekend. And so far, he has gone across the line in first place ahead of Max Cook, but Max hasn't been as close as he is here. And here he goes now down into the foggy S's and up the inside of Connor Tagg. Brilliant examples here of two completely different machines. They might not look that much different, but look at the front there of the 450 on exit of the foggy S's. Perhaps just carrying that bit more grunt, but on top speed, I mean, it's difficult to say because it really depends on how early you get out of the corners, but I'd say that Max Cook's Aprilia 125 maybe just edges it. There we see one of the 500s, by the way. That was Dave Schofield, one of many Schofields that travel to each round, and we've got in there the Aprilia 125 that are obviously battling for second place at the moment. Alex Wood is so far ahead of that. That flag is out then between these two, and pulling out of the slipstream now, here comes Connor Tagg. So whilst the Superteen machine might just have an edge on speed, that doesn't mean that it can't be overtaken due to slipstream. And Max Cook now trying to get back around the outside, and look at Max Cook, he's almost got his chin on the deck. Such is his riding style, he really does hang off that Aprilia RS 125. Here we see the battle for second. Number 24 is Max Lofthouse. There is Alex Wood, number 26 as well. These two at the moment battling for second and third. By the way, in the Thundersport 500 Cup, Kev Liddell on the KLM Motorsport machine is on for a win in that, ahead of Dave Bezic and Paul Sawyer, who are fighting it out for the remaining podiums. But this is the battle then for second place in the Superteens, and Max Lofthouse at the moment just has it from Alex Wood, although Alex Wood now back up alongside Max Lofthouse and takes it back again. You can just see that Alex Wood's got a bit more on him in terms of height. Then it's Freddie Crane as well, number 81, who is rumoured to be riding in the 450 Championship next year with Crank Racing. That is just a rumour though. But about this battle then, here we go then. Number 50, Connor Tagg has got it at the moment. Max Cook, just by finishing wherever, will take the win in the class, but he wants to try and get past this 450-50. The lap record has already been completely ripped to shreds once more by the new Superteen champion, and they exit the Melbourne Loop. I'm not sure he's going to be quite close enough to get him in this one. He'll get another chance later on. What an excellent example of two very different bikes going toe to toe. Look like at this Donington Park circuit, across the line we go, and Connor Tagg has done it ahead of Max Cook, but Max Cook will take the win. This is the fight for second then. It's Alex Wood who will take second place in the Aprilia Superteens ahead of Max Lofthouse. Both of them are Nitro newcomers, by the way, but they've ditched their orange vests. And let's see who's got fourth place. Max Lofthouse fourth effectively overall. Jack Scott behind him, and then Freddie Crane in sixth place, the rider from the Isle of Man. Top three in the Superteens then, there's Max Cook, Alex Wood and Max Lofthouse. The same for the Nitro newcomers, and then it's Kev Liddell ahead of Paul Sawyer and Bezic in the Thundersport 500 Cup. Third place, Nitro newcomers and overall in the race as well. Max Lofthouse, you've got a huge smile on your face. You must have enjoyed that.
Yeah, I did, very much. I'm pleased with this. I got a podium yesterday, which I was surprised at, to be honest, and I think I shot myself today as well.
Have you got anyone to thank at all?
My mum and my dad for helping out, and my sister for coming along, and my granddad and my grandma, Dunlop for the tyres, and yeah, Aprilia for the bikes.
Well done to you, Max. We'll move on to second place now. Alex Wood, 20 points.
Yeah,
very good.
It's going to be good for the championship, and some great racing with Jack, and then Max come up the inside, didn't know what to expect, and just got him through Craner curves on the last lap.
Who would you like to thank?
I've got my dad, my stepmum Sarah, massive thanks. Dan for like managing and all that. My sister Ellie, Dunlop Aprilia Thundersport, GLP Storage Solutions, Juice and Green Lane Depot, Motor Oils, Transit Motorcycles and PV Maintenance.
Well done to you. We'll now move on to the race winner, Max Cook. Max, before we talk about that race and your battles with Connor on the 450-50, congratulations, you are the champion, and what a season it's been.
Yeah, it's been such an amazing season. It's definitely been the best season ever. First time riding on big tracks, big bikes. It's been absolutely awesome. Battles all the way through season. Our friends here as well. It's just been a great crack, you know.
Icing on the cake is you come here this weekend, you've taken the lap record and you're battling with Connor Tagg on the 450-50. How has that been?
Yeah, it's been really fun to, because through the past rounds I've been kind of clearing off, and to have someone who's experienced as Connor to race with as well is quite exciting to race with, which is quite good.
Don't go anywhere. Coming up after the break, race 3, the HMT Racing Super Twins, Stock Twins and Street Fighters.